I'm Marci, regular human being, to talk about how to adopt a child from the U.S. foster care system. This number is off by 1 because we are in the process of finalizing our adoption from the U.S. foster care system. I want to talk about the process, but also about what it means to do a big help that doesn't involve a financial contribution. The first thing you do when you're adopting a foster care child is you go through the home study process. You can see they do a very thorough check, write it all down, and that's the easy part. After that, you get to go onto the internet and look at these heartbreaking photos of people, children, who have no one. They have no family, no extended family, no one to care for them, and there are 293 pages of these children every day. This was the vision that I had for my family. I wanted to have a playmate for my son. My biological son is in the maroon. I wanted to have children. I wanted to have more children. I wanted to help and be a real family with lots of kids. That was my vision. It's important to realize that this is an act of selfishness on my part. There is no generosity here. I wanted this for me, and that's why this worked out. Remember that. If you aren't being selfish, you're not going to be able to help, because help is the opposite of pity. If you feel so bad for these kids that you want to help, you are going to not be able to do it. It's not a strong enough emotion. Pity is not going to make it through the hard times. When you get into this process, you need to respect the process. You need to understand where the children are, where you are, what the process requires, and be able to respect all of those steps along the way. You also need to have a very short memory. If you keep track of all of the people who have hurt your feelings or been a jerk to you through the process, you are not going to make it. There's a lot of pain and a lot of frustration that goes into this process. And you're not going to be proud of yourself. Not for a really long time, because when you're going through this, you find that your patience is a lot shorter. You find that you are not really getting along with people the way that you thought you would. And you have to forgive everyone. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the social workers. You have to forgive your friends and family who, of no particular reason, tell you every single horror story they've ever heard about this process. For real. And it's terrifying. Once you realize what you have to do to get from here to there, you really have to do some soul searching, because it's terrifying. There's no other word for it. It's too much work. Sometimes it seems that way. Our child, when we were placed, he had severe emotional issues, to the point where one evening he spent 6 hours having a horrible, horrible tantrum, threatening all of our lives because he did not want to take his glasses off to go on the trampoline. This is our guy that we got. He's in the glasses. He arrived, and you can see from the photo that his body arrived, but his spirit took a lot longer to come. It was sad. So why do we help? Why does anybody get off their fat butts and dive into all of this? What is the motivation? Why? Why? I've been perplexed by this since I started the process. You have to want it more than you're afraid of it. And that really goes back to the selfishness. You have to want this, even though it's terrifying, and you have to be ready to go and do whatever it takes to get there. It's the only way. Help is, by definition, trauma to both parties. You are traumatizing yourself and your family, and you're traumatizing the child that you're trying to help. That is the nature of this process, and it hurts. But if you have a plan, if you have goals, stretch goals, and an idea of where you want this to end up, it becomes a process of hope that starts in pain. You have to have a partnership with the person that you're helping, whether it's an adopted child or anyone you're trying to help. If they don't agree with you about what the end product is going to be, they're going to fight you too much along the way, and you will fail. If you don't have a buy-in and you don't have a partnership, it's going to be trouble. And you have to be honest every single step along the way. You have to be able to say, you are hurting me right now. I am hurting. I am sorry that I hurt you. And we are going to have to work in this exact way to get better. So that's how you adopt a child from the U.S. foster care system.